What's the easiest thing to say when you're testing a BMW 3 Series GT, so Gran Turismo? That it's ugly. But it's not. And not because we would be on BMW's payroll or anything like that, and not because the ladies working there are quite nice to us. No, it's because the engineers and the designers working on this car have put quite a lot of thought and their little magic into the car. And because it's bloody cold, I have to talk more. I'm gonna turn into a bloody ice cube. Just look at this front, for example. If you see this in your rear view mirror, you'll think that behind you is one of the sporty M models.
The GT has less of a sloping roof at the back, which means a somewhat less appealing backside. But that doesn't mean the car is ugly, although it's true the shape takes a little getting used to. The front is really BMW aggressive and grants the car a sort of presence, which turns heads even when the vehicle is merely parked.
And just like the BMW X4 or X6 for example, or an Audi A7, the 3 Series GT has almost no backside. Actually, it looks like a classic Mustang fastback perhaps.
Well, perhaps a little more modern than a Mustang.
But because I'm a really big child, I want to show you something really cool. A lot of cars these days don't have the pneumatic supports for the bonnet up at the front. BMW not only has those supports at the front, it also has them at the back.
Not only that, the boot has handy hooks for fastening your cargo, as well as LED lights for illumination. If we get into the car, we can find the expected BMW interior, quality materials and buttons, as well as a rather comfortable leather-wrapped M steering wheel. In the center are capacitive buttons for the infotainment system and a large, lovely screen for the latter. The brand hasn't forgotten about air vents for the rear passengers. While I'm talking about the infotainment system, I can mention it's rather lovely, clear and nicely animated compared to competitors. It allows a bunch of system configurations, listening to the radio or your own music, connecting your phone, navigation, and so on. You can control everything using the multifunction button on the center console, but you can also slide your finger across the touch surface to move the map. Connectivity is important these days, so there's also weather reports and the latest news. But the nicest thing with this car is the drive itself. Especially if you drive through some lovely scenery. I purposefully selected roads that have been damaged by the traffic and weather to see how the GT would perform. And I was rather pleasantly surprised. It has dulled the potholes and bumps rather nicely, as well as muted the sounds inside.
Considering this car is a Gran Turismo or a GT, you would expect it to be very quiet, very refined, and very comfortable. And all that is true, very true. This car is so comfortable, I would not mind driving 12 hours or even more in it at a time. Under the bonnet, we have a 2-liter turbocharged petrol engine with 135 kilowatts or 184 horsepower. It's not really a racer, but you know, for normal driving, everyday driving, it's very fine. It's fine. The consumption, however, is a little bit more on the M side. About 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers you should expect, or more, depending on your throttle. It does have the M package, however, which means that you get this lovely M steering wheel, which is as soft as a lovely girl, and also these extremely comfortable seats, which you can set pretty much however you like. And yeah, extremely comfortable and civilized car.
The base model of the BMW 3 Series GT can be yours for 41,000 euros. If you'd rather opt for the fully laden version with the most powerful diesel engine with 230 kilowatts and xDrive, you'll be paying a hefty 87,000 euros. That might sound like a lot of money, probably because it is, but you do get a really good, comfortable and high-quality car. The only thing you don't get is a lesson in how to properly attach your camera to the car. Whoops. Thanks, friend. Saved me some headache there.